In this video, we're going to explore essential Linux file operations. We'll cover creating, copying, moving, and deleting files and directories. Understanding these operations is crucial for managing your files effectively in a Linux environment. Let's start with creating files. The touch command is used to create empty files or update the timestamps of existing ones. For example, touchfile.txt creates a file named file.txt. You can create multiple files at once like this: touchfile1.txt, file2.txt, file3.txt. To update only the access time or modification time, use the A or M flags respectively. Another way to create files is by using the echo command with redirection. Echo hello world greater than file.txt creates file.txt and writes hello world into it. Use double greater than to append to the file. Moving on to creating directories. The mkdir command creates directories. For example, mkdir documents creates a directory named documents. To create parent directories if they don't exist, use the P flag. For example, mkdir pparent/child/grandchild. The V flag provides verbose output, showing each directory created. Like this mkdir v project. You can create multiple directories at once by listing them after the command such as mkdir dar1 dar2 dar3. You can also create directories with specific permissions using the M flag, for example mkdir m755 secure_dir or mkdir m700 private/data. The cp command is used to copy files and directories. The basic syntax is cp source destination. For example, cp file.txt backup/copies file.txt to the backup directory. To copy multiple files to a directory, you can use cp file1.txt, file2.txt directory/. Some common options include R4 copying directories recursively, I4 interactive mode, which prompts before overwriting, V4 verbose output, and P to preserve permissions and timestamps. Here are a few practical examples. CP, our project/project_backup/copies an entire directory recursively. CPV *.txt documents/copies all text files with verbose output. CPP important.sonf/etc/copies a file preserving permissions, and cpi file.txt file.bot copies a file with confirmation if overwriting. Let's explore some advanced copying techniques. The cp command also supports backup options. Use backup equals numbered file.txt to create numbered backups. Or cpb important fonf/etc/important fonf to create a simple backup. To preserve attributes, the A option is quite useful. cp a source_dar/dest_dar/ preserves all attributes. Another alternative is cp preserve equals all file.txt backup/. As a pro tip, use cpa when you need to preserve all file attributes including ownership, permissions, timestamps, and links. There are alternative copying commands too. rsync is for efficient file copying with more features. For example, rsync source/destination/, or rsync progress large_file.iso backup/. dd is used for low-level copying, block by block. For example, dd if equals input.img if equals output.img. Or dd if equals /dev/sda if equals dis.imgbs equals 4m. Use cp for everyday copying, rsync for syncing directories or over networks, and dd for disk images or exact copies. The mv command is used to move or rename files and directories. The basic syntax is mv source destination. For example, mv file.txt/home/user/document/moves file.txt to the documents directory. To rename a file, use mv old_name.txt new_name.txt. Common options include I4 interactive mode, which prompts before overwriting, V4 verbose output, and for no overwrite, which prevents replacing existing files, and F4 force, which overwrites without prompting. Let's visualize how the mv command works. First, we have old_name.txt in the /home/user/directory. We rename it to new_name.txt using the command mv old_name.txt new_name.txt. Then we move new_name.txt to the /documents/directory using the command mv new_name.txt/documents/. Now new_name.txt is located in the /home/user/documents/directory. Moving multiple files can be efficiently done using wildcards. For example, mv*.txt documents/ moves all text files to the documents directory. You can use mv file_?.txt backup/ to move files like file_1.txt and file_2.txt to the backup directory. Another example can be mv**a-c****doc archive/. Batch renaming is also possible using a loop. For example, this command will rename all text files to have a .boc extension. Warning: moving files across file systems copies the data and then deletes the original. This can take longer than expected for large files. There are specialized tools for renaming as well. The rename command is a powerful tool for batch renaming. For example, rename s\.txt $and *txt renames all .txt files to .md. Rename y/a-z/a-z/ converts all file names to lowercase. Rename s/img_/photo_/ JPG replaces img_ with photo_ and JPEG file names. MMV is another multiple move utility. For example, mmv*.txt #1.boc renames all .txt files to .boc. mmv_pic*.jpg photo #1 JP renames files matching the pic*JPG pattern to photo*.jpg. As a pro tip, use MVI when moving multiple files to prevent accidental overwrites. For complex renaming tasks, consider specialized tools like Rename or MMV. The rm command is used to remove files. rmfile.txt deletes the file.txt permanently. To use interactive mode, add iflag like this: rmifile.txt. For forced deletion without prompting, use rmfile.txt. The rmdir command removes empty directories. Rmdir empty_directory deletes the directory if it is empty. You can use rmdir pparent/child to remove parent directories as well. The rmr command is used for recursive deletion of directories and their contents. Use rmr directory/ to delete the directory and its contents. For a force recursive deletion, use rmrf directory/. Warning: the rmrf command is powerful and dangerous. There is no trash bin or undo. Always double-check what you're deleting. Let's explore some safer deletion alternatives. trash-cli is a command-line trash utility. Trashfile.txt moves the file to the trash. Trashlist lists the contents of the trash. Trashrestore restores a file from the trash, and trashempty empties the trash. SafeRM is a wrapper for rm with safeguards. Use saferm important_file.txt to safely remove a file. And saferm projects/ to safely remove a directory recursively. As a pro tip, create an alias in your shell configuration to use these safer alternatives by default. For example, alias rm equals trash. The find command with delete allows targeted deletion with conditions. Find.name *tmp delete deletes all .tmp files in the current directory and its subdirectories. Find.type fntime +30 delete deletes files that are older than 30 days. For secure deletion, you can use the shred or wipe commands to overwrite files before deletion. Shred, use sensitive_file.txt overwrites the file and then deletes it. Wipe rf confidential/ securely wipes a directory and its contents. As a best practice, before deleting important files, Consider making a backup or using the I or interactive flag to confirm each deletion. Wildcards are special characters that help you select multiple files at once. The asterisk matches any number of characters including none. For example, asterisk.txt, file.asterisk report asterisk. The question mark matches exactly one character. For example, file .txt, report-?.pdf. Brackets matches any one of the enclosed characters. For example, (abc (.txt, file (0-9 .dat). Negated brackets matches any character not enclosed. For example, (!z .txt, file (0-9 .log). Let's see some practical examples with file operations. cp*jpg/backup/photos/copies all JPEG files to the backup directory. mv report-?.pdf/archive/ moves reports with 2-digit numbers to the archive directory. rm*(a-c***. tmp removes temp files starting with a, b, or c. Touch file (1 5 .txt creates files named file1.txt through file5.txt. Let's recap some best practices. Always use interactive mode to confirm your actions. Add the I flag to cp/mv and rm4 confirmation prompts. Always verify your intentions before operations. Use ls to check files before batch operations with wildcards. Backup important files. Create backups before major file operations. And be careful with root. Avoid file operations as root unless necessary. Here's a command summary. Touch and mkdir are used to create files and directories. cp and cpr are used to copy files and directories. mv is used to move or rename files and directories. rm, rmdir, and rmdir are used to remove files and directories. The characters asterisk, question mark, and brackets are wildcards for batch operations. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.